Let's bring in Lord Marland, because Conservative politician, but also offered the job of running HS2.
Well, I was sounded out whether I'd like the job. It took me about a nanosecond to decline.
So this point about all of the difficulties that are likely to be encountered, for example, as Vaughan Gething was saying on the project in North Wales, but equally on some of the others, is the government not just swapping one big potential, one big cost overrun for a whole set of potential costs?
Well, I think you've got to take it as read and have to audit it very carefully. I mean, if the government are saying they're going to spend 36 million, let's see what it is, where it's going to go, and make sure that it does. That's the real key to this. And, you know, the people are fed up with idle promises. But coming back to the main theme, I mean, this project has been a monumental disaster in terms of management. I mean, I was talking to a farmer in Stafford the other day. He said 3 people dug holes underground, protesters. They had 15 people guarding them at 100,000 a day cost, 4.5 million for 45 days. This thing we hear of contractors who've been subcontracting out to the government at 3 times the price of things. So it was a really badly run project.
The Conservative government own this disaster,
well,
don't they?
There is no question that it has been badly run by the Department of Transport and by the rail networks. And you know, the country cannot go on sort of throwing money down a bottomless pit, which is what it's doing at the moment, particularly in this time of financial crisis. So I think Rishi has been very brave. I'm seeing David Cameron tomorrow. He'll probably hit me. I'm seeing George Osborne on Friday, so I'll have 2 black eyes by the end of the week. Thank God I'm not seeing Boris. But the fact is, this has been a very badly managed project. It's actually shameful that the country cannot manage these projects properly. Because it is important, and we stand on the back of just having done the Elizabeth line, and obviously the connections under London is one of the biggest projects ever done.
Right.
But this project was going wrong, and as was pointed out by your previous speakers, it isn't going to get to Manchester till 2042. So maybe you might say, well, what do I care? Because I'm in my 60s and I might not see the benefit of it. But I go to Manchester a lot. I go to Leeds a lot. I find the train service extremely good and very efficient.
Right, but given all the difficulties of getting these other projects through in a reasonable amount of time, is the money going to be any more wisely spent? And if the 36 billion has 8 billion taken out for mending potholes, and then there's talk of contractors possibly taking legal action, contractors on the second leg.
No, you're absolutely right.
The money will get frittered away.
I'm not disagreeing with your point. It's absolutely spot on. The fact is, someone's got to get a grip of these people who are managing these projects and audit them as well. And David Cameron says quite rightly this was a cross-party consensus. There'll be a cross-party consensus also that this project should end.